formerly known as our emoji pack. Now it's the crew.
So it's our Rummy My Money
Crew. As a part of the Rummy My Money Crew, you're going to get your name mentioned in our monthly song, as well as emojis here on YouTube that you can use in our live chat or in our comment section. Here on YouTube, you also have the opportunity to get some additional content that is exclusive to our Rummy My Money emojis, additional content, and your name in the monthly song when you join the Rummy My Money Crew. Join the crew today.
Ain't nothing free about us.
Would you like to support us here on the Love and Live show?
Yes.
If so, join the Hustlers. What does it take to be a hustler? Join us on the platform, buy me a coffee, and join our membership over there. Some of the perks that you can get over there is your name in our videos and live stream. We're going to be promoting you, doing a little extra something. We're also going to give you guys some additional content. Not just the stuff we have here on YouTube. But some extra special stuff just for you guys, the hustlers.
The hustlers. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm going to give you like downloadable contents that you can have only a limited time. But it's exclusive to our Rummy My Money Hustlers.
So you can see what Queen is cooking over there. You also will have personalized videos ran here on our live streams.
Yes, and we're going to also highlight one of our members every month.
Put you in the spotlight, give you a highlight.
Because you're so special to us. We love you.
So, are you feeling like a hustler?
I'm feeling like a hustler, baby.
If so, join us on the
Rummy My Money Hustlers.
I'll buy me a coffee.
Special thanks to this Rummy My Money Hustler.
Welcome to Superfood Parents, Jingle Superfood Parents. Ooh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh. Let's go. Every bite's a super move. Tasty, fun, and packed with groove. Quick recipes, tips to try. Superfood Parents reaching high. Superfood Parents, Jingle Superfood Parents. Ooh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, oh.
Baby, this is our night alone. No kids, nobody, just us. We're gonna do some amazing things and explore each other. We're gonna do new things that nobody expected. Baby, we have all night long, chocolate and chicken wings. All night long, chocolate and chicken wings. You know I like it when you do what we do. You bring the chocolate and I'll bring the chicken wings. Our time together is so special. We're making love together, but we are, yes we are. All night long, chocolate and chicken wings. 'Cause you know I like it. All night long, chocolate and chicken wings. Baby, it's just me and you. Tonight we're gonna feel each other right. Moving each other down and up around. And baby, this is what we're gonna do tonight. Aphrodisiac is the name of the game to make us swear. Come on, baby, let's do this right. And let's make this a joyful night. Oh yeah. All night long, chocolate and chicken wings. 'Cause you know I like it. All night long, and chocolate and chicken wings. years. We are so grateful for everything you've done. Thank you so much for all that you do. Love and Live crew, we love you. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Rooted in essential oils and kicking it with the roots. GJ 3-4, you made this one for the books. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Precious Pieces and Oreo Mouse, Lena Doyle and Stay Stace, House of X and Event Yours, you're truly entertaining. Frugal Mama and Chill, Travision 3G, Superfood Parents, you are a blessing to me. Amateur Aquatic Addiction and April Showers, you grace us with your presence for hours and hours. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Sandra Blueberry and Nicole Reeves, you have supported us for over 26 months, and we are so grateful. Thank you.
Step into the light where hearts unwind. Conversations deep where love's defined. In the realm where truth takes the stage, Love Lounge opens up the page. Love Lounge, let's take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Whispers of wisdom in every word, connecting hearts that might have blurred. Feel the rhythm of every beat. Love Lounge, the place where souls meet. Love Lounge, let's take a dive in stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. From passion's peak to tender care, journey with us, we share, we dare. A space for hearts to bear their truth. Love Lounge, bringing fresh roots. Love Lounge, just take a dive in stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge we thrive. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge, just take a dive into stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge, just take a dive. Stories that keep love alive. Feel the pulse, hear the vibe. On Love Lounge we thrive. Love Lounge we thrive.
everybody.
Some pepperoni sticks.
Welcome in. All right. It is Love Lounge. All right. Every Thursday. Every Wednesday here on the Love and Live show, we get into Love Lounge where we talk and discuss relationship-related topics. This week is gonna be no different. How you feeling, Queen Lenora? What's going on?
I'm feeling good. Just been abused today, so I'm all right.
Oh goodness, I didn't know you was already gonna start off with this conversation.
Okay, so we're at Walmart.
I was the one who was abused.
We're at Walmart, right?
Yep.
And I give Eli a hug, and he doesn't hug me back. He was embarrassed of his auntie.
No, I was actually abused in the store. And that is what led me. I was actually in a pure shock. And at that very moment. And so that's what actually happened. If you would be there, you would see what actually transpired. I was brutally, viciously. I can't even get the words out. You can't even talk because
you know you're lying.
I can't even get the words out because it's so traumatic for me.
He's been lying.
I was brutally and viciously assaulted in the establishment by the name of Walmart by this young lady before me.
And not one person seen him get abused. And I did hit him, but not hard.
I was almost flew
You didn't even do that. You didn't even move.
We were in the refrigerator section?
Yeah.
My chest almost caved in and almost blew away one of them fridges. I'm telling you,
like this, and
I don't know who was gonna pay for it, but I don't know who was gonna pay for it, but it wasn't gonna be.
That's how it was. Let's just be real.
I don't know who was gonna pay for it, but it wasn't me. But there was gonna be some property damages if I didn't properly.
You didn't even move.
Again,
he didn't even budge. The same way he didn't budge to give me a hug is the same way he didn't budge when I hit him.
All that to say, y'all, we here at Love Lounge now.
He don't want to talk about
after all of that. Again, yes, I've been through some traumatic experience today. Yes, I'm okay. Yes, I'm doing good. I know everybody's wondering about that. Yes, Eli's doing okay. He's alive. He survived it. But yeah, it's Love Lounge, okay? And so we got some things to talk about. How you feeling, Queen Lenora? Aside from that other situation, how you feeling today?
I'm all right.
Is there anything that you kind of want to let me know? Anything you want to say before we get into things today?
We were talking about marriage today, and that was a good topic.
Yeah, we did have some good conversation.
Really had some good conversation about marriage and what we learned in marriage and stuff. So that was really good, especially because today is Wednesday, Love Lounge Day.
Yeah.
I went really well with it. So it's like one of those things that is inspirational. I think we should do a marriage video like that, like how we talked in the car. I think that would be cool.
Definitely. Well, today we're going to be talking about what would you do in certain situations. So we're going to be talking about people's situations that they're bringing for input, but we're going to say more so what we would do or what we feel we would do in these situations. This is going to be crazy situations. It's going to be small, big, all that. But the whole idea is, what would you do in this situation? This is transpiring personally for you. What would you do? Because that's what they want to know at the end of the day. Some people want to know advice, but some people want to know, am I right or wrong for feeling this way? Mm-hmm. So what would you do in this situation? And I got a list of ones that we're going to go ahead and get into today. So, with that being said, what would you do if you were somebody watching this live stream right now? Queen Lenora, what would you do? I'm going to give my opinion first, I guess, because, she's still thinking about it. If I was somebody who was watching this live right now, I would make sure I hit that like button. And I would definitely have to share it, too. Maybe even put it on, like some social media platforms. Let some other people know about this.
Yeah, there you go.
They got a good thing going on over here on the Love and Live show. So that's what I would do. Queen Lenora, you got any input on that?
I think you should share it.
You would share it.
Like, share it so the world can see.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
That's what you're going to do on a personal level. On a personal level. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I feel you on that one, though. I feel you on that.
Yes.
But more on a serious note and to...
You never did give me my water.
Okay, look. I'll get you your water after we get to this one.
Okay,
so,
I'm ready for the question.
You married, right?
I am.
And you got a husband, right?
I do.
Well, here it is, okay? This young lady went through a situation and she wants to know, what would you do in this situation? Mm-hmm. Now, again, when they get married, they live separately. All right. So as they got married and everything like that, they're like, okay, how we gonna do this housing situation? They compromised on it. They end up going to live at his place because, again, he has a better place. So he's on the lease. He never swapped the lease or nothing. That's his place. But, they married down. So it's like, oh, we together.
Yeah.
Anyway, natural things. Things are going good between them, but they had a really bad argument. All right. So, again, there was a little bit of tension. And I guess that tension began to grow. Naturally, if it's not, talked or touched upon. But anyway, all that to say, there was no cheating, no infidelity. They just have a disagreement, and it blew up into him telling her to get the F out of his house. So, again, we're asking the question, what would you do in this situation? You can tell him what you would do and maybe give her some advice as well, but more forward focusing, what would you do in this situation? And before we get into that, because I see Queen Lenora already ready to go, we're going to go ahead and welcome some folks and start from the top. Not just any kind of file in the building. We've got the Bub Files. The Bub Files in the building. Saying hello, people. It's so nice to see you in here, Bub Files. Hope you've been enjoying your day.
Yes.
Hope everything's been going good for you.
Exactly.
We also got to get well, mind, body, and soul, physical, mental, all the above. We've got Wellness with Frugal Mama. Frugal Mama in the house. Welcome in. Somebody sliding into the place. She goes by the name of Stacey. She's saying hello. Nice to see you, Stacey.
Nice seeing you, Stacey.
All right, we're here in the present.
Okay.
Queen Lenora, what would you do? Your husband just told you to get the F out of the house. You just had a disagreement. Get the F out the house. What you feel about that? What you talking about, Lee?
Honestly, I don't know what I would say. Like, literally, I would be arguing. I wouldn't be leaving. I wouldn't even have thought that was even serious.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have did that, and I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you.
You just not taking it like that. Like, ain't no way you gonna really say that.
I would have been cussing them out, talking about this is our house, and who the hell you talking to?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
You fighting back on that. You ain't gonna let that one just go.
It's just not gonna go. I know most people like, I'll leave and I'll never come back. That wouldn't have never came. Because I knew it was out of anger, but I'm like, you ain't talking to me crazy. You don't know who I am. You want to see me like, it just
got more argumentative.
It just would have been a bigger argument. And then we would just have to settle down and, make up.
Okay.
That's right. You already knew. Avi knew. She knew the makeup.
Well, anyway, with that situation, obviously there's some tension going on. Again, there wasn't too much details. It just said we wasn't no.
But you gotta understand when somebody's mad, and I hate when people lie and go, "Oh, when you drunk or you mad, you tell the truth." No, you don't. You don't. And when you're drunk, it's just whatever you want that emotion to be at the moment is more high intense at that moment. When you're drunk, that's when you're drunk. And sometimes it could be real. It's up to you to believe what you want to believe. It is. I'm not taking that from you. But when you're mad, you are purposely trying to hurt people's feelings.
It's charged. You're saying it with that animosity.
Yeah, and even though you're married and you know you shouldn't be trying to hurt each other's feelings, don't act like we ain't going to try to hurt each other's feelings. We are. That's why they telling us in advance, don't do it. But we really going to hurt each other's feelings. So that's why I wouldn't take it seriously. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, you think because my name ain't on the list, I'm getting out. No, I'm still in this house and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Now what? Booyah. Like, that'd be it.
You gonna rebel on that.
Now we just gonna argue. And how dare you even say that and put that in? We supposed to be as one. How you gonna sit there and try to split us up? Like, it would be that type of argument after I cussing. And I'll probably be cussing while I'm saying that too. So I'm just gonna be real. I'd be cussing. So that would be about it. But I wouldn't even be all dramatic. And now I'm leaving and you'll never have to worry about me coming back in this house ever again. Nah, I wouldn't care.
You want me to put this up?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please. I don't know, I missed it.
Did you see I got the, I know. Thank you. And did you see I got you the coffee?
The what? Yeah, I did. Thank you.
That was just for you to make us some coffee.
Never mind. No, thank you.
Look. So that's the first situation. Me personally, on that one, I didn't think that one is real wild. But I think something like that, right?
How would you feel?
I mean, like you say, it'd probably be more matching the energy. Because at that point, you're taking it there, you know? I think that's what it is. At that point, more so, it's like, are we really going? You know? Then I think, you know, it gets to a point where maybe some things that's not supposed to be said is said, and done is done. And then, but I don't think it's something to just be like, oh, now it's just a divorce situation.
Yeah. I think people are so prepared for that, though. Not the divorce thing. I think people are prepared to be angry for that statement, but in reality, you shouldn't even be angry about it because you don't have to get out. Just because your name is not on the lease doesn't mean you have to leave. I mean, you can't even. I mean, the police could come, and they ain't even gonna kick you out. So really, what he says is invalid. Just my name ain't on the lease. That's all it is. Yeah. And if you want your name on the lease, put it on the lease. But literally, that's just really to piss you off. And women use it all the time. So for women to get mad about it, it's funny because women do that to men all the time.
And you know, we're gonna have to, like you said, at the end of the day, in her specific position as well, you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to really go nowhere. Yeah. I mean, as long as there's no physical abuse or anything happening, transpiring where it wasn't. She just told her to get that. That's what I'm saying. It gets to that point where I think, you know, that there's nothing she got to do. You know,
you're gonna make up at the end of the day. So to be trying to do the dramatics of leaving is ridiculous. And if a man says that to you, please stop it, because if it was the other way around, you would have said it to him. So just stop it. Like, it takes a lot of strength to not say something like that when you're mad. And then, because what is going to happen is he's got to make up for it. Like, baby, you know this is your home, and I never really meant it for that way. Baby, you know it's your home, baby. I wouldn't have never did that to you, baby. They would have did all that. I mean, you know that's coming up after the argument's over. So just go in the bedroom and take care of some other business. And, you know, once you release all that anger out in the bedroom, you feel a lot better.
So we had to welcome somebody in. All right. We are welcoming in two wonderful, cheerful people. All right. They be having a toast. All right. Yes. Having a toast to the good times over there. All right. We've got Vince Yours. Vince Yours in the building saying, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
All right. Saying, hey, fam in the chat.
Hey.
Vince Yours in the building. Nice to see y'all.
Yes,
how you doing, Tanya? Thank you for joining us today.
Y'all. I miss y'all. Like, I miss coming on y'all's thing on Saturday. I couldn't do it. Is this the first Saturday or was it the second Saturday?
No, you wouldn't have been able to do it.
I wouldn't be able to do neither one, but next month I'm going to try my best to be on there because I've been missing it. Because you know,
next month, it'll be this month.
It's already past the second Saturday, isn't it?
It has it?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Tough. All right, anyway.
I know what I was saying.
Anyway, Anyway. We're just gonna hop, skip, and jump over that one.
But yeah,
that situation, I think, again, it does get to a point where verbally is one thing, but feelings and emotions is definitely tied to something different. Right? Yeah. So that was the first one. He told her to get the F out the house. I think a lot of people might have different perspectives on that. Some people, they might pack up and go.
Hit the road, Jack.
They might say that's the last straw. Don't say it's my home, and then you want to tell me you get up out of my home. There's a lot of different angles that could be.
And I'm gonna just tell you, in reality, if you guys have plenty more arguments, you can have both names on the lease, and you're still gonna get kicked out. So you just being extra sensitive at this moment. And like I said, can't really kick you out because even if your name on the lease, you've been there longer than 30 days, so you really can't get kicked out. So even the police come would be like, "What you want us to do?" Like, you wasting your time with us.
And I don't think nobody's calling the police if they're saying get the F out there.
Yeah,
unless it is
he's
a dire
really
situation.
just saying it to hurt your feelings, and that's just what it is. I'd be like, if you want somebody out, you get the F out. Hit the door. You want me to open it and show you the way? You know, do it that way. But yeah.
Okay, so you know, people can be weird. All right, that's just a thing. People can be weird. Now, in this specific situation, we got to talk about it. All right, this young lady's experiencing something with her partner now, boyfriend or girlfriend. Again, they seem to be hitting it off pretty well, getting to know each other, but there's this weird thing that's happening, and she wants to know, should she continue? So again, envision this as your experience, something you're going through. You sleep, right? and your boyfriend constantly waking you, talking about, oh, you had a nightmare. Oh, I'm waking you up. Looked like you had a bad dream. You was tossing and turning. But then you didn't have a nightmare. Then you didn't have a bad dream. You was actually just fine. Matter of fact, you wasn't even dreaming. Matter of fact, when you was dreaming of sunshine and rainbows. So,
what?
Again, if boyfriend is randomly waking you up, talking about, I'm waking you up from a bad dream. All right. Now that's one thing, right? You kind of like, what's going on there, right? Well, the next one, they got a cat, right?
No.
They got a pet cat. Now, he said that the pet cat watched the whole movie, sat down and watched the whole movie with him. And she heard the movie come off in 15 minutes. She heard the movie because like she was laying down, right? So he didn't assume that she was asleep, right? He was like, oh yeah, you know when you fell asleep? Me and the cat was watching that whole movie from start to finish. We watched the whole movie, the whole 2 hours and 30 minutes. It was, look, I don't know what kind of cat, I don't do that any other time, but me and that cat was chilling, you know, just going on about it. And she heard the movie come off after 15 minutes. He thought she was asleep. She wasn't asleep. She knew, you know, when the movie came off, and it definitely wasn't the whole movie. Mm-hmm. So it's just like this weird stuff, weird foolishness going on. How do you feel about that? What would you do in that situation? Your boyfriend randomly waking you up, talking about he woke you up from a bad dream, and you know you ain't been having a bad dream, and then he talking in that line about a cat watching a movie with you.
So, do they live together?
He stayed over apparently.
Oh, he just wanted to spend the night. He interrupted my sleep with some bullcrap. I don't look at stuff in a way that it just needs to be crazy. Some people just gotta talk. And some people just gotta lie or convince themselves or whatever. And I'll just be like, you stay the night at your house, I'm gonna stay the night at my house. Goodbye. You know I'm getting tired. Goodbye. You go home. I'll see you tomorrow.
I think my issue is I'm not gonna be nice because
I'm not gonna be nice. And he like nothing but nice.
No, this is I can be nice, right? But I'm not gonna be nice when it comes to my sleep. Don't wake me up talking about woke me up from a bad. You're gonna have a bad dream. Realistically, you will have a bad dream if like I'm just fine. I'm in my element. I'm sleep just fine. You'll be the one having the bad dream because you be like, oh, I won't do that no more. So.
What you gonna do, beat him up?
No, it's just like you don't want to deal with me.
No, you gonna beat him up?
You be beating me up.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
But anyway, now see.
Oh, please. But you just wouldn't want to deal with that. You want to deal with that cranky, angry Eli. You just don't want to deal with that.
You don't want to deal with the angry, cranky Eli?
Now, the cat, I
guess I'm cool with it.
After I was brutally abused in the Walmart establishment. Let's not get
worse. This story gets worse and worse as it goes.
Let's not. By the hands of this young lady, y'all. Y'all see her? She look innocent, smile up on here on the Love and Live show. No, it was not loving. It was not living. It was the Death and Hate show. I was like,
it was not.
Metaphorically, but listen, y'all.
Whatever.
Adventures, they said they're going to Greece. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Adventures. That is what I'm talking about.
First 2 weekends of June, so D&D will be postponed to the Saturday. The
last
Saturday.
I don't know more about Greece, too.
Well, I thought you knew about Adventures going to Greece
and all inclusive. I haven't been on YouTube in a week and a half.
Oh, you're right. But you've been on the email though.
Not really.
But anyway, Adventures, they got some really good stuff going on, and I hope that we can see some lives and stuff while y'all over there too, or maybe at least a vlog video style kind of deal. Mother, we gotta welcome somebody here. We've got Mother Earth Consultant. She said, "Don't forget to hit the like button." I had to agree. What did she say?
I said she gonna look at the crap you want to.
Airbrush for my nails. And she decided to buy it for her
chocolate.
After chocolate, my nails need to be cute.
Oh wow.
She's sure. What crap you buy this time? Oh, I want to use
this.
It
says oxygen projector. What is that? Not airbrush.
It's Temu.
Not chocolate sprayer.
It's Temu. Temu comes up with its own name.
Yeah, that's a Chinese direct translation.
I did look at it. I did
I'm talking to Ryan.
It looked nice, man.
We all on the live and she's yelling at me.
Mom bought it for me.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Mom bought it for herself.
So we get into that was the first one. You want to give your input? What would you do if somebody random, or not somebody, your partner?
You like woke you up, told you had a nightmare, you didn't have a nightmare.
You'd be like, what is wrong with
You gonna hit him?
Yeah, I would. I just can't say that.
you?
I would, like, I don't know. Where did you get that I had a nightmare? Yeah.
Especially if I kept doing that too. She'd be like, what is wrong with you?
No, I wouldn't say what's wrong with you. You sleep on the couch.
And then the cat thing, nobody would care. I don't think anybody cares about the cat.
Well, I wouldn't care, but it's like, what was the point of lying? Like, what was you doing? That's what comes to my mind. Like, what was you doing that you had to lie that you watched the movie for 2.5 hours?
I think he was just saying that
trying to
because
say
she
it
fell
like it's
asleep.
impressive,
Like it was manipulation, pretty much. Trying to say, you know, we supposed to be watching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and the cat actually sat down. The cat sat down with me to watch a movie while you couldn't, but the cat did.
You gotta welcome somebody in. She be enjoying crafting over there. We've got
Lena Doyle Crafting.
Lena in the building.
How you doing?
Nice to see you, Lena. So, y'all, for this
How you
next
doing?
one, she said, "Hey, family in chat, what's going on, Lena?" For this next one, y'all. For this next one, I can't necessarily. I can kind of give my perspective, but this is, I think, is a little bit different. All right, this is more.
Turn it down.
You said what?
Turn it down. You're not playing with me today.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But so anyway, with this specific situation that's happening, it's just getting like it's a boyfriend and girlfriend. They're getting well acquainted with each other. They're talking about the prospect and idea of marriage, and she heard something that just completely threw her off. All right, so she makes more money than him, not like extremely, you know, much more, like 2 times his income. No, she just makes more than him. And, you know, as they're having this conversation, he was like, you know, as we come together and everything, you probably will be paying more. I'm not gonna lie. You'd be paying for more, paying a little bit more than I would pay, based off of our income. And she's thrown off by that, doesn't necessarily know how to feel. So I guess this is one to all the ladies. If you're not even fiance, your boyfriend, all right, who's planning the future with you, you guys are having long-term conversations about marriage, say, you know what, if we do get married, or when we do get married, you're probably going to be paying a little bit more just based off of our income right now. How y'all feel about that one?
At least he told you before you guys got married. So you have that in mind. I wouldn't do it.
So obviously she wouldn't do it, but at least she told you before. At least he told you before you guys got married. My thing is, it depends on each person, so I can't really say. I'm the woman that will never do Dutch on a date. I'm not going Dutch ever on a date. So if I'm going on a date with you and I got to pay for my meal and you pay for yours, I don't need to go out with you. I can go by myself. I've been doing that so long. Why do I even need your company? Do you know how many other people I can do that with? I go with friends, families, and we all pay for our own meal. So why do I want to go out with you? Like, you didn't make it exciting for me to go on a date with you. Let's just keep that in our mind.
Okay.
So for me to have that opinion and conversation, I don't know how well that would fly, but I'm very open, and I will be having a conversation. Like, I'm not open to agree with it, but I'm open to have a discussion about it, and I'll give you my opinion as well on that, because to say either or is paying more money is a problem. Like, my thing is,
that's
whatever bills you want me to pay, if I agree, that's what I'm paying. Whatever bills you pay. And how we split groceries and all that, that's just where it is.
More so it's like how it was brought.
It's not even how it's brought. It depends on who you're talking to.
Okay.
If you're talking to somebody like Avi, you already know you was invalid in that conversation, because you should already know before you even talk about marriage her personality. So that shouldn't be a conversation you would have with Avi. I don't think it would be a conversation you would have with me as well. Just because that is not how we do things. Like,
that's just not your dynamic.
If I pay more because I decided to pay the mortgage and you pay all the utilities and the groceries, you might end up paying more from the groceries because, you know, we might have parties one night, whatever. So
it's variable is what you're saying. It's not gonna be like, oh, you're
just not gonna look at my income and say I'm paying more because I make more. You're just not gonna look at my income and say that.
You're not gonna chalk it down like that. That's what I'm saying. There's more to it. It's not like it's more so like offensive how you just gonna come and bring it like
that. But then
like,
there's
pocket watching saying okay it's gonna be this way when in marriage you're saying it should be different.
Yeah, but then there's women that bother my soul when they get mad at me. I don't want a man to buy me something. I don't want them to think I'm a gold digger because I asked them to buy me something. And I'm like, you in a relationship with this man and you worried about him thinking you a gold digger? Like, because gold diggers is gold diggers. That's all they want from me is money. So, that's just how I look at stuff. But there's some women that just be like, hey, okay, yeah, I see it. I make more money. Then that's what I'm gonna do, and that's how they roll with it.
Naturally, take on that man.
That's what they want to do. As a matter of fact, they probably tell you you ain't even gotta pay nothing. I'll do it. I'm just not that chick. So for me to have that question, I'm not gonna give the right answer because I'm not that chick, and you would never came with me with that question anyway.
All right, well, we're gonna dig into the chat and then get into this conversation a little bit more. Eventually, say I may do some lives, but the time difference is 7 hours ahead. Okay. So I may have to do them towards the evening. And it's a Virgin cruise. We fly into Athens and cruise from there.
Okay, cool.
And eventually we're saying on that one, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
It depends on the person.
And that's how I say it. And she said it very quick and easy. And she said it really was, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words where I said it with 500 words. Listen. But we said the same exact thing. She said with 5 words. I said
Lena, she said, "I want all I can get and then some."
There you go. All right. That's it. Hey.
We gotta welcome somebody in who goes by the name of Famous. We've got Rooted in Essential Oils. Famous in the building. Nice to see you, Famous. Thank you for joining us today. Saying hey. Loving the show, Queen Eli, Queen and Eli and chat. Nice to see you in here, Rooted. Thank you for joining us today, Famous.
Yes, it is.
So, again, that was a conversation we just went over, talking about an income situation. Again, they talking about marriage. He said, I'm just gonna let you know, based on your income, you probably gonna be paying more. I'm just gonna have to let you know, just being truthful. It's been a fact.
And I'll be looking around, who is you talking
saying
to?
Who is? It's an out kind of conversation.
Yeah, it would be.
What about you, lady? You care to elaborate? You immediately said no, but you want to get into some more details? About that, about the guy saying, "Oh, you're gonna have to be paying more."
Oh, I would just say, well, do that because you're gonna be paying more too. So you gotta get another job.
More than
there you go. Get another job. I like that word. It moved me.
All right, so
get another job.
So here we are moving towards the next conversation.
Yes.
All right. Again, what are we doing in these situations? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Okay, so. Oh well. I'm not going to get into that one.
He's not going to get into that one.
Listen, I'm not going to get into that one because that one was a little wild. But this one is more wild in a way. So we got this one. Some of y'all be watching them true crime documentaries. Some people be watching murder mysteries, all that different stuff. Okay? So think about this. Lena said, "That's my girl." Think about this. All right, we got to really think. So for this next one, all right, she found out something that maybe she didn't even want to, like this is just a crazy revelation. So a lot of people, they think about unlocked phones. They think, ooh, maybe I should check the phone for cheating. What he got going on? Well, they've been married for a good long time. All right. Not crazy long, but they done got a couple years in. All right, long enough. And one thing she knows about him is, he doesn't even have a lock on his phone. Like, it's unlocked. So whenever she would be curious about anything, she could check in the first place. It just so happens that within these years of marriage, she really never thought to really check his phone or go through it. But one day she just kind of had the temptation, like, what will I see? What will I find? I guess maybe it could have been a call, could have been a greater message to it, but she unlocks that phone with swiftness. All right, she's ready. What am I gonna find? What's this juicy detail? Is he talking to somebody else? Well, she goes into his gallery. She noticed something that's real strange. a bunch of like women in compromising positions, but the state of these women are what is kind of intriguing. Finding them in coffins, finding them you know what's that thing that they do where they before they put them in the funeral? Autopsy. You know, autopsies, all that. So she goes to his YouTube, right? He's got organized playlists, autopsy videos, funeral videos, casket, and they're all kind of painted in a suggestive kind of way. Like this is something that he enjoys, maybe a fantasy that he's indulging in. And again, as she's coming to this conclusion, she's in her head, she's in her mind, obviously, about finding all this different stuff out, discuss this. She tried to say, oh, maybe it's because he's been going through a lot of death in his life or something recently. But it's just like, nah, the way that this stuff is portrayed, it just can't even be justified like that. What would you do in this situation? Your husband, not your boyfriend, your husband. You find out this new secret about him. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be honest. I'd be scared.
Okay.
And I would have to leave.
Yep.
I would normally, normally I would not leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that he would have to leave. You know? He would have to leave, yeah. But because I cherish my life.
Yep. Yeah.
I'd rather leave and he don't know where I'm at.
Okay. True story.
You know, because I don't want to be in a situation where
you're on the news.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. And
on that newspaper.
So I'd rather be missing.
But not missing.
No, yeah. Everybody would know where
missing in his world.
Yeah.
Not missing to the world.
Yeah, everybody know, oh, she left you. Mm-hmm. Where's she at? Oh, she didn't tell us. Because she found on your phone.
Yeah.
Everybody would know. Like, you doing some crazy stuff. You would have to do something. Yeah, I'd be scared you trying to get ready to kill me.
What about you, lady? How you feeling about that one?
I didn't listen. What happened?
All right. She found on his phone, she's like, oh, I'm going to go through his phone, right? On his phone, she found a whole bunch of females. Naked, clothes, all that different stuff. But
naked clothes?
Naked clothes, all that, different stuff. But the thing about these females, their life has already expired.
They're dead?
Yeah. Autopsies, caskets, coffins.
Oh, no.
All that different stuff. And then she went to his YouTube.
Yeah.
He had playlists organized for all of them. And she tried to be like, oh, maybe it's because he's had a lot of death in his life. But
I have to call the police.
They were suggestive. So it was like, you can't even say that.
Yeah, I'm calling the police and I'm gone.
Yeah, I would call the police.
And I'm gone.
Would leave.
And you would not find me nowhere. No. Nowhere.
You dipping out of there.
You would not find me anywhere.
I think when you watch true crime and stuff, it's like, okay, right? But once you two invested, like if you look up, autopsy of this person, you're not doing that. You got to go.
And then that's how it's on his Facebook and playlist.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so no, I got to go. I'm not kicking nobody out. I'm gonna kick my own self out the house. And
you say you're gonna kick yourself out the house?
I'm kicking my own self, calling the police, and kicking myself out the house.
Yeah. I mean, I think this one's a little bit different, but
he's trying to kill me, and I don't know when I'm gonna be next. I don't know when I'm gonna be next, and I got to go. At the moment I saw it. That mean, because I kept saying when you were talking about it from the beginning, I was like, if the phone's been open this whole time, what's making you now curious? That's God telling you, you're next. You're next. God is telling you, you ain't never paid attention. His phone been unlocked the whole time, and you ain't never paid attention. And all of a sudden, you got this big, deep feeling to check his phone. God is warning you, you are next. So to be having time to, we not talking about the pictures I found. We ain't talking about what I went through. I'm just I'm not even packing. I'm taking my purse, my ID, all my personal documents inside my purse, and I'm out of there. Like, you are not seeing me. I'm going to be gone, but the police will be knocking at the door. And I will have given the police permission to come in. I'm out. Okay. You're not finding me because I'm not going to be anywhere to be found. No, I'm not. My family ain't going to know where I'm at. I'm safe, but I got to be on the lookout until he's so far under the prison that it's ridiculous, and then I'm still changing my name just in case. You know, I just can't. I can't.
You also have to look into this. He probably been murdered because he was.
That's probably his folks doing stuff that he did. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you up here holding up hostages people in your house sleeping. That's probably why you ain't sleeping good, because he downstairs. And, you know, no.
Okay.
No. And I don't even watch crime stories like you and Avi do. Shoot.
You don't even need to. With that situation, just lay out straight in front of you.
I'm out. Matter of fact, is that how y'all is?
Really? Really?
You know dang well I wouldn't be doing that.
Eli?
You think my wife, she would already know?
She would know.
She would already know.
She would know.
She would already know.
She would know. The woman just showed
the way she be at, look, even at my clothes. What's this? Oh, where did this come from? No, ain't no way. I'd be, if I was already in that situation, I'd have been locked. I would have been locked up yesterday. Y'all, you wouldn't even see me. Where's Eli on the Love and Live show? Oh, he got locked. He
got locked up. People let him out.
Look, where did that blood come from? Oh, listen, no. I'm telling you, I'd be under right now. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into the chat. All right, we gotta learn some lessons. All right, we've got Lynn's live lesson. Lynn in the building. Nice to see you in here. Say hello, Love and Live show and chat. Nice to see you in here. Listen, Lena, she just told it like it is. She said the bags will be sitting at the front door by Felicia. You sure you gonna sit them at the front door, or are you gonna hit the front door?
Girl, I got to go.
Lena, whose bags is it? Is it Uber? Or are you getting an airplane, jet? What do you? How you mean? You gotta go.
I got to go.
You gotta go. Listen, Lynn, she said I will leave as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Listen, we're not playing with that one.
I'm not playing.
Straight out of the bushes, we've got Rosie Crafton. All right, she said just dropping there from the bushes to say hey to everyone. Nice to see you in here. All right, thank you for joining us today. All right. You know, formerly known as a prince, Mr. Blue Carpet himself, we've got King Daniel! King Daniel in the building saying, hey, you guys. I've been waiting for you. We're here, King Daniel. We're here.
We're here.
All right. Listen, Lena said my new name will be I Can See Clearly
Now. The rain is gone.
And she said it will be my bags and I will be right behind my bags.
Exactly.
All right, Lena.
We be out.
Yeah, I think that situation.
You are not getting me.
Specifically in that situation, that's when you gotta get
I'm telling you, God gave you a message. You have a choice to stay or leave.
Even if that was me in this situation, that was my wife, and I just seen that, I'm gonna be like, gotta go, gotta blast, gotta blast.
It was a nice marriage while it lasted.
Yeah, because I'm just saying, like, because again, people could be curious about different things, but I think when it comes to an obsession, that's where it's like, okay, well, when we got whole alphabetic playlists and it's too organized, it's like, whoa. Because I'm automatically going to be thrown off. Like, people have playlists all the time, and sometimes it can be organized, but if it's just too organized, like you got this one, and it got newly added videos, oh, no way. Then in your gallery, like, you ain't even trying to be on the down low about it. It's like, oh, if I'm in your phone, like, you can't even give somebody your phone and take a picture because they're gonna be in your gallery and see all that. It's like, no, it's too bold,
too crazy,
too just in your face about it. And it's like, I just had to go just for my own safety, you know. Wishing you well, wishing you didn't commit no murder, but I gotta go.
I'm not gonna find out. I'm not gonna find out.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be the one.
And I watch Criminal Minds enough to know that people like to hold souvenirs of their murders, and I just don't know.
What I'm saying, like, you're not gonna be having my body parts in jars and
on Facebook,
I love you so much. Got my head talking about I love. No, we're not doing that.
No.
I'm just saying we're not doing that.
I'd be scared that if you made me food, like, could you put some
poison in it?
No, not poison.
Some meat. Human flesh. Ooh.
I didn't think about eating human.
What was in that burger? Was it really Sloppy Joe? Was it Joe in a Sloppy Joe?
mad. Ooh, I would be
Joe
so,
went missing
so
a couple of weeks. Was it him and that sloppy Joe? That's what I really gotta know.
And I did say it was a little extra something.
I was saying, yeah, that had a different. That was a little bit more rich.
Yeah.
Nah. Got a blast.
Oh, got my stomach turning. No, I'm not liking this topic. We gotta change topics.
You don't want sloppy
It's too
Joe?
scary for me.
Lena said, no anniversary for you, Elias. You will be out.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't lying. I wouldn't even see. That's the thing. I don't know how her in this predicament couldn't find this stuff out, but like you said, it must have just been a God thing at that point. You know, if you don't open up the phone and you seen that. Now he couldn't. It's not even. He could not even be a murderer. It's just a plot. See, he haven't committed anything. It could be in his mind, fantasy, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's just fantasies can come to reality. People try to create their fantasies, whatever it is. We just don't want to manifest that. And I don't want to be manifested on me of all people. So it's time to go. It's time to head out.
I'm out of here.
But anyway, as we with that conversation, we're moving forward. And again, this one, I can't necessarily think of it in my shoes, in my situation. I mean, I can try, but this is, again, one more angle towards the ladies, all right? So this is one that you kind of got to get your thinking cap on, really think about before you answer this one, because it is a little bit more difficult, you know? So, painting the stage, all right? We've got an older couple, all right? Let me not even say that. Couple, they're not a couple yet. You got some older folks. Both have had long relationships, everything like that. Married, divorced, widowed, all that good stuff. All right, it's all happened. They've experienced like that in a later stage in life, and you know they're connecting. They started dating, connecting, really working with each other, and you know they really feel a spark. And you know and even though they haven't been talking for that long, they can already see like, oh, I could definitely spend the rest of my life with this person. And they both having that energy, having that like, you know, I finally found somebody. It's been a while, you know, I had love before, now that love is regained, all that good stuff, all right? But on a woman's perspective, there's just something that just stuck out to her, all right? And, you know, it's the guy here. You know, he's trying to be very truthful, very transparent. He's trying to just give his all and let all be known. You don't want anything hidden in this situation. Well, again, as love is in the air, we're going to see how deep the love can flow. All right? So, they're having a little bit of a bedroom conversation. And he lets her know about some details. And again, ladies, put yourself in this predicament. Whether it's you're old, whether it's you're young, you're talking to somebody you really enjoy, you find this connection. He let her know that, you know, his package is smaller than most. And it's a health condition. And she's hearing this news, doesn't necessarily know how to handle or process this. But for all the individuals hearing this one, what would you do in this situation? Chemistry, undeniable. The mental, even the physically attractive. But when it gets to another physical attribute, it's not so enticing. What are you doing in this situation? We got somebody, we got to welcome somebody in too. We had somebody who is in it to win it. All right. Okay, I gotta get Queen on the board. She's laughing right now, y'all. This is not a laughing matter. This is serious. We're trying to figure this out. We're trying to work through this situation. Which is really trying, you know, this is real life. Okay. It's somebody's real life. We have to welcome somebody in. We've got Carmen for the win. Carmen! Welcome in. Welcome in. Nice to see you. She waving. She said, hey. You know what time it is. We got Carmen for the win. Nice to see you, Carmen. Thank you for joining us today. Lena said earlier she's gonna have to be at the mental hospital. He's a mental hospital. Here he come. So resume.
Okay.
And lady, this is for you too. You talking to somebody, you feeling them. It's undeniable, the chemistry. Like, oh my goodness, this is just husband material. But he opens up and tells you the truth. What are you gonna do? In other words, yes.
But it's a health condition.
But it's medically, like, it's not like, you know, something you be like, it's just
shrunk.
See, this is not a laughing matter. It's serious people.
It's a health condition of shrinkage.
No, it's not even shrinkage. It's just
What's a health condition?
It's
never
micro.
Big.
What was a health condition?
It's micro. That's a real health condition. Real.
How's that a health condition? You sick?
No. Okay, listen. Now we gotta educate. All right.
Yeah, educate me, cause I'm just telling you.
Queen Lenora.
I ain't never heard of it being small being a health condition.
It's a health condition. It's a health condition. Look. This is it. Yes. Thank you. Read. Slowly normal, typically defined less than 1.9 centimeters. That's less than an inch.
Micro penis?
And length for a newborn is 3.67 inches. What?
So, again, they naturally, that's a health
That ain't
condition.
no health condition.
What is it? Did you just see that was a
health condition goes through some kind of form to get better. What form of what medicine is it going to get bigger?
That's not a possibility. That's what.
So it's not a health deformity. You just got a little wee wee.
But it's a health condition. You see, they do have treatment. I don't know what that treatment would be, but it's a health condition. That's what he's dealing with.
Hormonal imbalance can also be a genetic condition.
Yeah.
Or have no apparent cause.
Either way, it comes down to it could be born, could have happened. This is what he's dealing with, and this is real life. And he opens up. You feeling him on every aspect. But you haven't jumped into the bedroom yet, and this is something he's letting you know before that happened.
Keep talking, I'm reading.
Yeah, you're trying to get more into it. Queen Nora's trying to educate herself on this one. But again, as this is being talked about, this is definitely a real situation. This is real for folks. And it's like, you know, I think I can speak in terms of, I don't think that has to necessarily be the end all be all, but it can be for some folks. And that's why we're asking, what would you do in this situation? Because, again, it's something that real people do face. You could stumble upon the situation, as you see this lady did. And, you know, amidst all the confusion, misunderstanding, again, some people might not even know that Queen Lenora is like, oh, this can't be real. It's real. Something somebody really wants.
Well, let me get a strap on.
So,
I would just break up with him.
What?
Yeah, your dick is look like a girl.
Oh, okay. So this is not a love lounge right now. This is switch.
Are they
the shit
boyfriend
to
and
get.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
They never had sex?
They're not boyfriend and girlfriend. They're dating.
Other dating.
Oh,
But she really been feeling him though.
If I gotta
But she didn't feel it. They feel like this is the
Not
best.
you,
chemistry.
him gotta get a strap on.
That's what I'm saying. I might as well be with a girl.
Oh, that's messed up. So, again,
We're gonna get some good advice in a minute.
this is loading and buffering.
Not for him.
Oh, he's the one typing the question.
Yes.
No, he's not the one. She is.
Oh.
But she conflicted because she's really feeling him.
Just break up with him. You don't want no small penis for the rest of your life. And then if you guys don't get married, you just took small penis for 3 years, just as boyfriend and girlfriend.
This is getting wrong. No, okay. Listen. Like I said, I can't necessarily speak to this one, but there's got to be a different take or a different perspective on this one. This is wild.
I feel like my take was good.
She's trying to tell you, and she's telling you to run as fast as you can before you get further involved, and there's no way out.
Or you can try it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it has to necessarily be the end all be all, right?
If it's good,
Because I think, with modern technology.
Girl, it's this big.
it's about the motion of ocean, not the size of the globe.
Well,
Is it thick?
okay. That don't even matter, to be honest.
Yeah, it
that
does because it can hit the walls, and that's what you want.
We're
To the
getting,
window.
we getting
To
okay.
the wall.
I don't know if this is the folks we should be, having this conversation with.
No,
I was
for
expecting
real.
a little bit different perspective.
No, I'm
though.
being so dead serious.
I don't think
If
that's
it's
really
thick
the
enough,
factor.
it will hit the walls that you
But
don't even realize
I don't think
the
that's what we're
length
talking
ain't
about,
went
though.
nowhere.
I don't think that's necessarily what we're talking about.
What are we talking about? That's what she's talking about. You brought
Okay.
this question over here.
Listen, he is clearly communicating it. So it's obviously been an issue from previous, or doesn't want it to be a surprise. So just based off of hearing that information,
I don't have to ask.
you're asking questions.
I am.
What if it
have you
wasn't?
ever had sex before?
He's been married, so it's been happened before.
I was just asked to look at it, or we would have to have sex.
So if he's been married, then he
test
should know how to work his thing, right?
He's not saying he's done. He's just being transparent.
Okay,
and
so
communicating.
I mean, like, do you know what to do with it? Do you know how
There might not be too much to do with just simply that, but
Why
there's
not?
other tools.
You can because you move and get in positions. You know, each position does get you deeper in.
You saying okay?
Yes.
I'm not. Like I said,
but this shouldn't be heard from you.
it's kind of like what's
70
going
years
on.
old, talking like that.
Oh.
And you, my mom.
You got one more time. One more time, we're gonna fight.
Oh, this is getting wild. Oh, Lena's talking about did he get cold or something? Y'all acting up. Y'all really acting up. This is real. Eventually, I'll be right back on that one. Lena said buy him a pump.
They do got pumps.
They do.
You
King
pump it
Daniel.
up and it gets bigger.
But will his if he has a sickness?
Well, if it didn't never say it's gonna get longer. It'll get thicker.
Oh, thicker.
But even with
It might get longer. I don't know. I never had a pump.
all right. Anyway,
How do you feel?
how do I feel about this? Well, I mean, for him, obviously, it's been something he needs to communicate. I just
He's
think
communicating. He can say what he thinks. He's already communicated.
I just said that it's something he feels the need to communicate.
But would you give?
But I think that again, with modern technology, there's so many different paths and ways that he can bridge this gap.
What?
There's so many different.
Oh,
tools
get a
online.
penile implant?
No, not even.
That's what it's called, penile implant.
Not even. No, it's okay. Not even on a physical sense. Like there's other tools and devices that can be used to.
Like vibrators, dildos.
I think all of the above. I think
Well,
even the
I
strap
said a
conversation.
strap-on.
Why do you need that?
That's what I said a
Why
strap
would he
on
need it?
is
Because
do.
of his physical impairment.
But that's why I said a strap on.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
they
I
both
can
can
see.
get a
I can even see
pleasure.
that. I could even see that
They both get
conversation.
pleasure.
I can even
Maybe
see
they
that
both
conversation.
just
Because his would be the size of a female's clit, and then it pleasures the female and it pleasures it, so he can use a strap on and get the pleasure. She won't even miss it.
I just think
That's
again.
pointless though, because he's a man. So if I'm with a man, I don't want to be having to use a strap on. Like you be with a girl.
But you wouldn't know the difference as long as he know how to move it.
And it's about an emotional connection.
It's plastic. Then no.
They got ones that feel like human.
Oh my goodness, Lena is acting. She said if it floats, it can stroke. I don't know what love lounge direction that we kind of got a little.
You brought this question,
Listen,
and now you want
I
everybody
did.
to be all nice about it.
And I don't know why you brought it to her.
Sometimes I don't know what I be doing in myself. But I just think that is a very interesting one. And, as we're saying, what would you do in this situation? I think it is something to actually really think about. Like,
so was he
give
basically
input.
just saying, I don't want you to be scared when you see how small it is, but I do know how to work it. I just want to be
that wasn't
upfront
even
with
a
you.
conversation. He was just saying, I'm going to be upfront with you. I do have this physical impairment. Yeah.
Well, then that ain't helping us because I need to know if he know how to work it
Well,
or
I
he need a
think-
strap on. Because literally, she wants to feel something. She don't want to not feel it. She wants to enter.
But either way
She
it
wants
goes,
him
right?
to enter her and make her feel good. She's gonna want to maybe have a baby. Can that produce to have babies?
All right. I mean, I don't.
Does he have any
they're both older in life. I don't know. The kids could still be on the table, but they are both in this situation.
How old are they?
They're late 50s.
Oh,
baby.
Girl, you already.
Girl, that's all right. Just as long as he know how to, his head game is good, you'll be all right. Mm-hmm. As long as his head game.
Yeah, that's what I said. They've been married,
and a
divorced,
little vibrator, a little dildo,
No.
and a head game, you be all right. Don't worry about it, girl.
They've been through it already. So
yeah, you can handle it.
Say,
but if you don't know how to work a dildo,
the tune shifted though.
If you don't, I know. If you don't know how to work a dildo in your tongue, then you might not want to be in this game.
Let's talk about that. The tune completely shifted. So age you feel is a variable with this. You feel age is the variable.
This is the only one.
All right, now they're having some. These are the two people I'm trying to get input from, and they having this sidebar argument. This is not working.
Well,
I didn't buy it.
But I didn't pick it out.
I don't have the ones I picked out.
Okay, so
There's the room. You just don't look.
why?
Cook, you wanna try? Sorry.
I'm good, huh? I'm good. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good then. Rudy said, Miss Elliott, work your song come to mind.
There you go.
So again, why do we feel like
And she
age is a
broke it
variable
down.
though? Why is age is a variable? Like
Because you had plenty of sex that this is something you can do new, and long as he knows how to work it. Thank you. Oh,
it shouldn't be an issue.
It shouldn't be an issue. Long as he know how to work.
But if somebody was younger,
well, you still learning, and so I already gotta have problems on teaching you, and I ain't never experienced something little. So now I gotta teach you how to work your little. It's just too much. I might not want to waste time on, but since I already had it.
but the connection is there though, and you like this is the
But you're saying why the age makes a difference, and I'm telling you why the age makes a difference. Now that you're 50, I want to see, can you work it? And that's a big question, can you work it? Famous said it, like Miss Ellie, can you work it?
Yeah.
And if you can work it, then we cool. Do you know how to use a vibrator? Do you know how to use your tongue? Okay, we got it.
Simple checklist.
You gotta get your checklist right.
Okay. But you still
You still gotta make this woman hit soprano, hitting high notes that she never thought she could hit. That's just reality. And if you can't get this woman to hit high notes, well, there's no reason to have sex.
Okay, well, I think that just opens up a greater conversation, right?
I'm just, hey.
But
you wanted me to get serious with the conversation,
and we are getting serious.
And I stopped
with
laughing.
This. We are getting serious with this
it.
conversation. I think it is a very serious situation.
Okay.
Because you got to think, there's people in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy, I think I have some oil for small amounts. Hey, all right, famous. Might have to send this person the link, but with that, or send it to the lady to send it to the dude for the link. But with that being said,
put it in the comments. The comments of your links.
Look, so with that being said, bless you. With that being stated, that's the narrative.
Yeah.
He came to her and he let her know that. But I do think, again, you got somebody, especially in his position, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say, due to him lacking in that area, he built up his stats in another area. And he can handle business. Mm-hmm. Maybe even more than others in different areas,
You should.
I mean, I think that's what it kind of naturally.
You should know how to do a lot of other stuff.
I think that's probably most likely, especially you got some. I mean, in both situations.
But you got to be realistic. And everything he does, a woman's still gonna want to be penetrated.
I mean, I think that's what I said. I think you have arsenal tools, like Batman, pull out the utility belt. Things can happen. We can make dreams come true.
Okay.
But that was that situation. I just think that one,
Well, you hurry up and got out that situation.
Not even hurry. We were on this sitting and simmering in this one for a little bit. I just think that is a very serious situation because people do have those physical impairments. People are born with it. Likeliness of it, not the highest, but some people fall into those small percentages. And as somebody in there, I mean, maybe they would probably want to know, is that a deal breaker? on somebody else's side.
It is a deal breaker for majority of the women. It's going to be a deal breaker. There's going to be a woman that is not going to be a deal breaker for. But there is going to be a lot that is a deal breaker for it. That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. It was nice that you let them know up front.
Yeah.
But now that you let them know up front, they're going to be more wanting to see what you can do. And that's just what it is. It's a sad state. Mm-hmm. And I really don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But in reality, it is what it is. And that's all I got. No, I can't. I tried to think of something else. I can't. My mind is totally blank on this. I don't know. I said all I could say, and then Famous said it nicer. He got some oil.
That'll get you rooted.
Oil?
All right, you better get yourself rooted.
That will help you.
And those essential oils.
And so.
All right.
Instead of putting a small amount, put a lot amount.
We got to welcome somebody who's precious to us. We want to take some time to go ahead and welcome in Precious Pieces. Precious Pieces in the building. Nice to see you in here. She said, hey, y'all.
Hey.
How you doing? We've been talking about a load of different situations, but all kind of humming to the tune of what would you do in this situation? Ooh. And this one that we just talked about, you're dealing with some small problems here. And, the guy, again, they got great chemistry, but he had to let her know he is on the smaller side when it came to his package proportion. And it's a medical thing. So, Queen Nora shaking her head on that one. We're going to go ahead.
I just don't think it's a medical thing.
What? You just seen it. It was a medical thing.
No.
You can be born like that. You can even have some random.
Well, when I was reading, I didn't see no medical thing. It just said
if you're born that way, it's medical. That is. It's like a genetic condition.
I'm born a human. It's not medical.
People genetically are born with heart disease, genetically born with diabetes.
Yeah, and they still try to figure out how to heal those issues. There's no way somebody's trying to figure out how to make that grow. Okay,
you're acting up. That's all I can say.
I'm being dead serious.
But that's still a medical condition, though.
I'm not arguing with you about it being a medical. I just don't believe it's a medical condition. I'm not arguing with you about it.
What are you talking about? You need to see something. You need to see that.
I just don't think it's a medical condition. I really don't.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
It's a medical condition.
You saying it's make believe? I don't know.
I
don't know what
some people grow with it. Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to say. What are you trying to say? What is it? What is it? What is it if it's not a medical condition?
I just think you just have a little one.
Yes. Okay, that's not what the issue is. There's people, again,
he has a literal package than most people. Bless you, bless you.
Bless you.
He has a literal package than most people.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is people that got little ones. And he got a micro. That's what it's called, micro. Mm-hmm. So he just got a micro one. That's all I know of. But I don't know. It never said that he can't have a baby. It never said he can't have a baby. No. So there's no condition that's wrong with him. It's just that he got a little one.
It's a genetic thing. It's not like it's not a normal happening. That's what we say.
It's not a what?
It's not a normal happening. Okay. It's because that falls below the normal margin. There's people on the smaller side, but then when you get to a certain margin, it's like pretty much in those terms.
So what?
Like a midget.
But they say
they have everything.
Like the little people now, but
they're what?
So they like the little people now, but
you can't say that.
I can't say what? Oh, well, it's like little people.
Yeah, but it's exactly like that. It slides within a certain margin. Could be whatever the proper medical term is. Some kind of say it's dwarfism or whatever it is, but it's that, but for that area.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, so you personally, you saying no? Are you saying?
Well, because even when I look at like little people, and I don't know, because apparently things have changed, and I don't know like I used to, but they used to be really worried about them getting to a certain age, or not even a certain age. Certain things they have more, maybe like a heart issue, or they have some type of issue That's
saying
why
a drawback. Yeah.
That is what makes it a medical term. But I don't think them being little people make them a medical term. I think it's because of the illness of being a little person that makes them a term.
Yeah.
That's a medical issue. You having a little penis, there's no medical term. They didn't say, oh, if you pee too much, you're gonna explode, or you do this much. There's no medical terms on that. But when you look at little people, and I'm gonna say back in the day, because that's how it was when I was younger, they might have some medical issues in that term. You know what I mean? So to me, when I think of a medical issue, that's what I think of as a medical issue. There's something. I don't think them being little people is a medical issue. I think them being little people is fine. I think they get medical issues because they be a little person. They might be more prone to something else because they are little people. I'm just saying, like, I'm overweight. That's a medical condition because it causes you to have different forms of something because you're overweight. And they try to tell you to lose weight because you want to decrease these different things that it can happen to you. Diabetes, high blood pressure, so-and-so, this and that. All the different things that being plus size can get you. That's what is a medical term. You having a little pee-pee does not do that. And that's why I don't think it's a medical condition.
Yeah. Well, so what you're saying is you just don't see it as the, I guess, the symptoms is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's no.
Due to there not being any symptoms.
I mean, the only symptoms is it's small, so it's really that's the sad
symptom.
part. But I'm just saying, like, when I look at stuff like that, when you want to say medical, that's what makes me laugh because you said medical condition, and I'm like, what is the medical condition?
Well, the medical condition is something that happens when you're young and you're in that phase of your body, newborn, I guess, whatever thing like that. Hormonally, there could be imbalance, and that can lead to that. So it's why it's a medical term.
Okay, so he's hormonal.
What?
That's not what I said. I said when you're a newborn, your body is developing. Just like we develop muscles, all that different stuff, right? You got testosterone, you got estrogen, all that. It's usually from an imbalance of the testosterone that can lead to
I like what Precious Pieces just said. So if somebody has a small breast, is that a medical condition?
Is that a medical condition?
No, it's not. They just don't have no boobs.
Yeah, it could be based. I mean, it could have happened because of the medical condition, right?
So there's a medical condition somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But because the person has small boobs don't mean it's a medical condition.
You saying
there's some women that are, your chest is bigger than theirs.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about they got a medical condition.
It could be from a medical condition.
That
specific one is from a medical condition.
No.
But I mean.
No. I'm on your side, Precious Pieces. Thank you. No.
I'm just saying how it is.
And I'm just saying it's not a medical condition. That's what makes it funny, because it's not a medical condition. Somebody being flat chested is not a medical condition.
But that's not what
somebody being overly big down there is not a medical condition. So a show shouldn't be something because you're extra small that is a medical condition. And somebody big does have it because they can't fully erect and they can't fully have an orgasm because they will pass out. Yeah, that says shoot. They will pass out. So that's more of a medical condition than not having nothing.
Yeah, it's not okay.
I'm not even arguing that.
You're just saying.
I'm just saying. You can say it's a medical condition. I just don't believe it's a medical condition.
Well, because small is one thing, but when you get to the micro territory, that's a different thing. And
but if there's no health concerns from that, it's not a medical condition.
You're saying there's no symptoms after that fact.
There's no. It's not even a symptom. You just have a little one.
But
it's
that's a
extra.
hormonal imbalance.
When I think of I want a miniature puppy, I don't go, there's an imbalance because it's miniature. It's this little. And it doesn't grow any bigger.
genetic.
And the flat-chested women ain't nobody's ever said that was a medical condition. Why, when it comes to men, it got to be a medical condition?
Okay, now we get into a greater conversation.
I'm just saying.
We get into a greater conversation. The medical condition again comes from being a newborn. Hormonal imbalance creates that. That's the symptom of the medical condition based off of that fact. That's it. Now, in terms of long-term symptoms, they say in grand majority, everything is supposed to work normally.
Thank you, King.
That is
and
medical.
Ear Pressure Pieces said, okay, now, nephew.
She said, we just said, I understand your standpoint. I do. Because I mean, that's a good argument on it. But it still is referred to as a medical condition. Because, I mean, like you said, there's a small, but there's a sliding scale where we're smaller.
There's nothing wrong with him. That's the thing. There's no medical. He ain't going to die early because of it. He ain't going to be sick. It ain't causing cancer. It ain't causing nothing. That's just it. It ain't causing nothing.
Okay.
So, you keep it as a medical thing, and I'm going to keep it as a non-medical thing.
But all that to say, regardless of anything, you're not floating with that boat.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
That's what the whole question is.
I gave my answer. No, I didn't say. I said, as long as you know how to use other stuff. Like, there's things that we are connecting in every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
That when people fail to understand, sex is not the major issue in a relationship. That's not going to keep you together. It's not going to really tear you apart. I mean, so if you are there to really take it, we want to. I think we can build a relationship. Okay, let's go with it. But in aspect of it, like, you throwing that conversation to me is not going to have me thinking about it way more than normal. And because I'm not trying to have sex before marriage, like, that's what I'm thinking about all the time. Now I want to be like everybody else and try the cow before milk, or how do they say it? Try something.
Indulge a little bit.
Try whatever it tells you to do. That's what people say. I'm just saying, like, it would not have been something that's on my mind.
Prior to that.
That's never been my conversation. Like, ooh, what size are you? Go get the measuring ruler and tell me, So I don't know if this is what I want to do to make it in a relationship. We don't have these normal conversations. If you with a partner and they whip it out in the small, you be like, dang, I didn't know. And you try it out. It's never been a conversation. So I don't know to give an honest opinion, but I would have, because of how nosy I am.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you feel that I would ask a million questions. For a reason, though. He's letting you know.
Yeah.
For a reason,
and I just want you, and I would be like, I hope you don't mind, but I got 1,000,001 questions. And when I say 1,000,001, because that's what I got 1,000,001 questions.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna all come out right now because I gotta go home and think about it.
But that's what
I need time to think. Like, literally, I might call you at 2:00 in the morning and say blah 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 because you just threw it at me, and because I've never had to deal with it.
Yeah,
I got questions, and right now, as you said, what questions do you have? It's just gonna be generic questions, but at 2:00 in the morning when it wakes me up,
you're gonna think about it. You're gonna marinate on that a little bit.
Yeah. I'm sending you a text because I don't want to wake you up. Why? That's the thing. Just if you're gonna give it to somebody like that, be prepared for that person to ask you 10 million questions, and don't be offensive to it, and don't be like, "Are we still talking about it?" Because yes, you brought this conversation, you brought this attention to me. Yes, we're gonna have this conversation until I completely understand 100%. And don't be talking about, I can show you better than I can tell you. I don't want to know like that. Like, I need to ask these questions because you threw it at me like that. You know what I mean? And I don't care how you tell somebody. It's a shock if you ain't never had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you can't be offensive on something that it's a shock on something you never had to deal with. I just never had to deal with it.
Well, Precious Pieces, she threw in that one talking about that's what he tells a woman. It's a medical condition. He said, okay, I'll move on.
That's me and her right here.
Lena said, if it's a duck, it's a duck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the greatest situation is, less even how it's classified, medical condition or not. He's definitely mindful and aware of his situation.
Yes.
To the point where he felt the need to communicate that, as you guys was talking about, in the next stages of y'all relationship.
And I would ask, and my thing is, he should have a lot of answers since he was married.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, it is what it is. That's all I can go. I'm just gonna ask one question.
That's what it was gonna be.
That's just it. Like,
just curious.
Because now when I go to bed tonight and I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna think of some questions, and I ain't got him to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And for the lady, like, you know, figure it out. Figure out what you can handle. If sex is not important to you, then you are right. If it is, you still all right, because in reality, it could be somebody who's big and you still don't get satisfied. So they just ain't telling you that you ain't gonna get satisfied. So I don't know how to explain it, lady. I don't know what to tell you, lady, but that's what it is. Like, if you have all the emotional and all the other stuff, I would just date him. Yeah, 50.
She said, don't let that physical.
That's if it's not important to you. Because there's some people that they have a medical condition where they want to be satisfied constantly. So that's a medical condition.
Lena says some women like small ducks and some women like Titanic. Lena's just having fun on here. Lena having just a lot of fun on Love Lounge. And then that's what the Love Lounge is all about. Everybody's supposed to have fun here.
Lena need to whip
fun in all shapes and sizes.
Lena, you need to whip
Titanics.
Go in the corner, Lena.
Happens. But yes, so I just think, again, like I said, bringing that conversation to attention, because again, that's real life for some folks. We got some opinions, we got some takes on that one, and overall, I feel like we had a lot of good conversations, a lot of good what if or what would you do in these situations kind of conversations. So
yeah.
Is there anything you want to say, Queen Lenore? Put a little bow tie on.
I have something to say to Elijah. Okay, like, Elijah, when you come up with these questions, can we have some full conversations? Like, I need the whole details.
With that last one? You got all the details on that last one. You got all the details. That's what she was on. She didn't know what she wanted to do. And it's like, what would you do in that situation? She feels him, but then she now knows about this physical attribute.
Yeah.
And that's kind of worrying because, like, you know, as much as you do enjoy somebody, enjoy their company and all that different stuff, that's something that you have to think about. Mm-hmm. Maybe I still want that physical in a way. Mm-hmm. If you can't meet that need, do we need? You know, so that's what it's like. And then it also has the, you know, on the other side, of other people in that situation, maybe they are handling a micro situation. Maybe they can get some insight on that.
So, like, there's a club you could go to?
I'm sure there actually is. I mean, I know you're joking about it. I'm sure there's lots of clubs, communities for people in that situation.
I was dead serious on there. Okay, go ahead.
We got to welcome somebody in. All right, we're going to go ahead and take some time to welcome in Derek LeGrand. Welcome in.
What?
LeGrand.
Okay. Derek LeGrand.
Welcome in, Derek. Nice to see you here. Derek says hi. Listen, Derek, we've been talking about lots of wild, different conversations, ups, downs, all the way around. But we're trying to figure out what would you do in this situation.
Yeah.
All right, and we talked about everything from partners being told to get the F out of houses to the package being too small.
Yeah.
So, with these conversations today, Queen Lenore, like I said, is there anything you want to kind of like
I just like, sometimes everything is not as serious as we make it seem. And if you could just be more open-minded and clear on the conversations that you're having with your partner, I think it'll be a lot easier and smoother.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're trying to build a healthy relationship. So there's going to be some times where you need to, like, really breathe and listen and take in instead of coming back and having rebuttals and just trying to argue. Everything doesn't have to be an argument. And I think that is something that is really hard to do. Mm-hmm. But I think if you keep it in the back of your mind to try to eliminate an argument more than grow the argument, I think you'll have a healthier relationship. And that is what we want to be able to achieve, even though I was wrong for laughing earlier. We really do want to achieve a healthy, balanced relationship.
And the idea of being open-minded, you see, you're speaking on that one. Be open-minded
on everything, not just that one,
but not everything though. I'm gonna say be open-minded, but we did talk about something that you don't want to be open-minded today.
Oh yeah.
And that was that situation where she found out on her husband's phone that he was looking at autopsies. He's looking at just corpses. He's looking at all this different kind of coffin videos. He got YouTube playlists. Mm-hmm. He got his whole gallery on his phone full of it.
Yeah,
that's not when you want to be open-minded. You want to close that mind and get about the situation.
Save yourself. I think that was God's way of letting her know she had to go.
But some of these other ones, they do kind of chalk up to open-mindedness. Now, to each his own. You know, some people, they got an open mind, but some things is just too open for them. That's not a territory they necessarily can see themselves.
But I think if you're in a relationship, even if it's getting ready to grow into being a marriage, if you're in a relationship, open-mindedness is very important because you want your partner to be able to talk to you about anything. Like, you really want them to be free to talk to you about anything except for murder. Yeah. But anything, like literally, you do. You want them to be free because one of the things is, I know I've been this big roller coaster for Chris. And if he was not open-minded to all my craziness and my wild ideas, I don't know if we would have made it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think we lose that support when our significant other is not there to support us on whatever endeavors we're doing. If I'm doing from a business adventure to just, you know, I want to do something else or whatever, that he'd be like, what the heck is wrong with her? What? I don't want to do that. If he wasn't that open, I don't think we would have been making it as long as we made it. Like, I'm really impressed that God has made sure that we made it almost 26 years. Like, we've known each other 26 years, and in June it will be 26 years. Like, it's amazing. And then how fast we got married and still standing and changing and moving with the waves that is thrown our way is what I believe is a great key. Mm-hmm. I know we always talk about communication and all that, but communication is also me being open and free to tell you the things I want to do, and you not be like, what the heck is wrong with you? Something wrong with my wife. I can't be dealing with her. To being like, okay, baby, I don't see your vision, but I'm gonna rock with you. Mm-hmm. And that means a lot. And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. We want everything to be easy peasy, and it's not. But what should be easy peasy is me having a relationship to be open to talk to my spouse about any and everything, and him being able to talk to me about any and everything, regardless if it's important to me or not. And those are things that I think a lot of couples don't include. They think that, and it has to always be something important for you to talk to. If I want to talk to you about why the moon is changing different colors or the sizes, that let me have that conversation, and I want you to be into it regardless if you into it or not. And that is what is gonna also keep you guys always talking to each other and communicating that, and that's what's great.
Definitely. I mean, you're spitting facts on that one. We gotta welcome somebody who's all about a bank. We've got Rob Banks. Rob, nice to see you in here.
Yes, Rob. Right. We had some crazy questions today, Rob.
So family, what's up? Not on time. Pardon that.
Oh, that's all right.
But right on time.
Yes, right. You know he be busy. We know.
And he said blessings to the chat.
Yeah.
Derek, he said, how you doing today? We're doing pretty good over here.
Doing good, Derek. Yes.
Tanya, step back. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, Tanya.
Rob, he said, no arguing, just run away.
No, we're not running away, Rob.
And
We're
Rob,
not
he said, seriously,
running
though,
away.
we all need some moments to ourselves.
That's true.
And Aventura said, listen, he might be trying to go into the death business. That's a lucrative industry.
Well, he ain't talking to me about it, and he keeping it a secret. I'm running for my life, and then God told me to look at his phone, and I ain't never had to look at his phone before. I'm running.
Rob said, listen, Event, yes it is. I thought about getting in that business once before. Mm-hmm. And Rob, he said, God is great
all the time. And all the time. God is great.
All right. Rob said, gotta be able to have each other's back. Yeah. Even on the stuff we don't like sometimes.
Exactly.
Clap on that one.
That is. I'm gonna have to agree with that myself.
Y'all, we done have fun here on Love Lounge.
Yes, y'all has Eli has found some crazy questions today, and we ended with a crazy one. And
we have fun.
Ended
on
fun. Agreeing to disagree, and that's how we ended on agreeing to disagree. Great relationships going on right here.
But on that note, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and close things up by saying,
remember to love and live each day as if it were your life.
Y'all take care.
Smooches.
Y'all have a good one.
Love and Live crew, we are so thankful for all the support that you've shown us over the years. We are so grateful for everything you've done. Thank you so much for all that you do. Love and Live crew, we love you. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Rooted in essential oils and kicking it with the roots. GJ34, you made this one for the books. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Love and Live crew, thank you. Run me my money and buy me a coffee too. Precious Pieces and Oreo Mouse, Lena Doyle and Stay States, House of X and Event Yours, you're truly entertaining. Frugal Mama and Chill, Travision 3G, Superfood Parents, you are a blessing to me. Amateur Aquatic Addiction and April Showers, you grace us with your presence for hours and hours. Love